I speak unto thee this day, and I say it is true that you are living in a time of great disobedience towards me. And I say that even from childhood that men and women are taught disobedience rather than obedience unto me. And I say in their religious instruction, if there is such a thing in these times when most have turned to entertainment, what are they taught? They are taught that it is more important to fulfill the lust of the flesh, to fulfill the pride of life, than to be obedient unto me. For I say you are living in a time when men have put the preeminence of self above obedience unto my way. And I say because of such falsehood, such lies, such deceptions, I say that men automatically turn away from obeying me. And I say they consider it more important to have a fair show in the flesh, to do as they please, how they please, than to be in obedience unto me. And I say that the consequence is they walk afar off from the way that I do intend and provide. Now I say it is me, the living God, who does set before the sons of men, when they come unto me, the way of life. That is, that they could be guided forth in the life, the truth, the strength that I offer, that I provide for them. And I say if they will walk in that way with thanksgiving and gladness, so are they well-pleasing unto me. But I say if they choose any other way, they are choosing the way of lies. Now I say you are living in a time when so many have walked afar off. I say they have taken the course that will prove to be damnation of soul. And I say because they have gone in such ways, I say they are sorely displeasing unto me. And I say it is me, the living God, who does intend and manifest the ventilation of my wrath against a wayward, rebellious, and perverse generation. But I say in the sense of knowing what is right and wrong, I say they know the way of disobedience, they know the way of rebellion, they know the way of pride. And I say they walk in what it is that they know, and yes, indeed, they are wise in their own conceit. But I say it is me, the living God, who will indeed restore unto the sons of men what it means to be in obedience unto me. That is, when I am finished with the ventilation of my wrath, men will cry out to obey me. That is, they will no longer seek for the way of rebellion, the way of discord, the way wherein they are defiant of me. But I say they will realize the error of their way, they will realize what it is they have done to themselves, and I say that they will be returned unto me. Now I say that I, the living God, do not call thee to walk afar off, but I say that I call thee to walk in my life. And I say that I call thee to be uplifted, coming forth, directed and guided in the truth, the light, the strength that I provide. And I say that I call thee to be made glad that it is me you are privileged to love, to serve, and obey. For I say if you are choosing the way of my life, the way of my truth, then you are indeed brought forth by me. But I say if you are choosing any other way, you are choosing the way of disobedience, the way wherein you are counted as a rebel before me. Now as I've told thee, I will repeat it again, that it is me you are meant to please. That is, you are not meant to be living in this life to please yourself, to bow to the God of this saint. But I say you are meant to be living in this life to be well-pleasing unto me, and come forth in the way that I offer and provide. For I say through me, the living God, so are you given the blessedness, so are you given the truth, so are you given the mercy always. And I say through me, the living God, you are ever directed in that which I give thee, which is the light, the truth, and the strength day by day. Now I say, when you look upon what it is that I, the living God, will do for thee, I say that I give thee manifold mercy. And I say that I cause thee to be ever strengthened in the blessedness of who I am, that you can come forth ever rejoicing in me. And I say that I cause thee to be ever purposed in the truth, the light, the strength, and the way that I offer, which is the way of truth and life, the way of mercy and hope, and the way of peace intended for my own. For I say, through me, the living God, so are you given all that you ever have need of to be directed by me. And I say, through me, the living God, so are you given the light, the truth, and the mercy time and again, for it is me, the living God, who does purpose thee in the same. And I say it is a good thing, a sweet thing, to be ever brought forth in that which I do intend for thee. For I say, when you will indeed seek for obedience rather than disobedience, then you are in connection with me. But I say, when you go in the way of the rebellious, the stubborn, the proud fools, what do? Except bring yourself more of the wrath I have prepared for the rebels, the disobedient, the wayward, and the careless, who are despising me. Now I say, in this wicked, perverse, and vile generation, consider the multitudes who have walked afar off from me. That is, consider the multitudes who have gone a-whoring after the ways of the heathen and have loved it so. I say, consider the ones who have made it extremely difficult upon themselves through their disobedience towards me. For I say, when a man will sow unto his flesh, he will of that flesh reap corruption. But when a man will come forth in the newness of life that I provide, so is he kept always. I say, when you see the ones who have never-ending difficulty because of their disobedience, know they bring it unto themselves. And I say, so it is in these wicked times, because men are choosing to behave in ways that are so filthy and vile, in ways that are so lazy and careless towards me. What do? I say they bring to themselves multiplied sorrows, and they are the ones who pay for the same. Now I say that I, the living God, do not call thee to live in multiplied sorrows, but I say that I call thee to come forth in the truth, the light, the strength that I provide. And I say that I call thee to be ever uplifted in that which I give to thee time and again. I say that I call thee to be directed, corrected, and shown my light upon thy path, for I am indeed the one who is able. That is, I'm able to give to thee the multiplied mercies, I'm able to give to thee the tender loving kindness, and I'm able to give to thee the purpose, the plan that I provide. Therefore I say, in a wicked, a vile, a corrupted, and evil generation, be ever eager to walk in my way. That is, because it is me that you want to please and not your own selves, because it is me that you want to obey. For I say, if you will indeed be willing your will to obedience unto me, you will be brought forth in the same. But I say, if you will your will to the disobedience that awaits the fools who are estranged from me, then I say you will pay. For I say that I, the living God, do not neglect to pour forth my wrath upon the disobedient, the rebellious, the fools. And I say, when you see, as you are seeing in this time, a nation gone a-whoring, turned aside and given over to disobedience, what shall be the same? I say, it shall be that they too will likewise incur my wrath and receive full measure upon them, because woe is the cup of the nations that turn aside from me. Now I say, you are not meant to be as the careless, the wayward, the hard-headed, the stubborn, the proud. But I say, you are meant to be in continual subjectivity unto me, ever thankful for my way. And I say, you are meant to be ever strengthened in the truth, the light, the mercy that I alone can give thee, for I am the one who is able to purpose thee. That is, I am the one who is able to purpose, direct, uplift, and guide thee forth, for yes, indeed, you are mine. Now I say, if you really consider what it is that I, the living God, have for thee, I say it is the mercy of truth and light upon thy path. And I say it is me, the living God, who does intend that you would indeed be cooperating with me and likewise reap the benefits of the same. But I say, if you choose the way of fools, if you choose the way of the stubborn, the proud, what do you bring forth? I say, you bring forth defiance against me, you bring forth rebellion, and yes, you pay for the same. For I say, when men will think they get by with disobedience towards me, I say they are fooling themselves. For I say, even when you see the utter moral decay of this age, when you see the way that men are easily led into the trap, the snare, the entanglement of defiance against me, what do you see? I say you see men and women locked into misery, to oppression and darkness day after day. And I say you see them taken away from the blessedness of truth, from the light, the hope that I provide. Now I say that I, the living God, do not intend thee to walk afar off. I do not intend thee to be ensnared and entangled in those things that will cause you to be far from me. But I say that I call thee to be uplifted and brought forth, guided and directed in the truth, the mercy, the hope that I provide. For I say, through me so are you given the light upon thy path, and the truth that I provide. And I say, when you will indeed move in ready-minded obedience unto me, then you are well-pleasing unto me. But I say, if you give to me the offering of stubbornness and pride, of disobedience and hatefulness towards my will, you prove that you are indeed worthy of wrath. And I say, it is me, the living God, who brings the same unto the ones who think they can indeed be resisting me. For I say, though men may be trained in disobedience, I say they are meant to come forth in the newness of life that I provide. And I say that they will not be allowed their disobedience when they are meant to be obedient unto me. For I say, it is me, the living God, who does put within every man and every woman who repents before me the seeds of life and the way wherein they can walk in obedience unto me. So I say, even though in their own carnal natures they are trained to be disobedient, it is me, the living God, who will give to them the new way, the new life, that they may walk in the same and be well-pleasing unto me. Therefore I say, when you see any man or woman who walks afar off from me, know that it is of their own choosing. That is, know they are choosing disobedience rather than the way of obedience unto me. For I say that I, the living God, do not call thee to walk in a way that is disobedience, but I say that I call thee to walk in the way that is my life. And I say that I call thee to come forth made glad for the privilege to love, to serve, to obey me. For I say, when it is me that you keep your focus, your vision upon, when it is me that you will be pleasing, when it is me that you will follow after, what shall you see? You shall see that I, the living God, am ever present to give to thee the truth, the life, and the mercy day by day. And yes, you shall see that I bring thee forth, for it is me, the living God, who gives to thee the newness of life that is only to be found through me. Now I say, count it a privilege to be uplifted in that which I give, to be directed in that which I provide. Count it a privilege to be coming forth by knowing that in me you are given the truth and the light upon thy path day by day. Count it a privilege to be ever directed, corrected, and shown the mercy that I, the living God, can give to the ones who obey me. But I say that the ones who will go according to their own carnal understanding and walk in disobedience towards me pay for the same. And I say, so it is true with the nation that ye are in, because men have chosen to walk under obedience to demons rather than me. They are the ones who are paying for the same. And I say they are the ones who will find themselves in a way that is utterly miserable because of disobedience towards me. I say this day, seek to obey, seek to walk in my way, and know my mercy continued unto thee. For I say that the ones who will walk in the way of the upright will be able to partake of my mercy. But I say that the ones who walk according to disobedience, of course they will pay and pay under the wrath revealed. I say, be thankful for the privilege to walk in obedience unto me.